You ready, man?
All right, here it is. These awards are for Bonz. We got a surprise for Bonz. He has no idea. Lowery is gonna hand these to him, and it's gonna be awesome.
Who's this guy? Come on.
Oh! Y'all didn't do me like that, man. No wonder that motherfucker went black on me. You did that shit on purpose, yo, bitch.
Give me what I want, I give you what you need. Try to satisfy this incredible read. Feeding on these demons, start to screaming on me. Got me thinking about things that don't see.
How you doing, man?
Look what he's got you, man.
Y'all know I'm a crybaby, man.
We got this too, big guy.
Oh, no you didn't, man.
Look at this.
When did that shit piss you off?
It's for you.
No, thank you. No, it disappointed you what I told you. That's all good, man. Thank you.
Oh, Reamer.
Yeah, man.
Let's kill it. Bonz over here eating barbecue right before he walked in.
Oh, man. Y'all just did me like this. I need sodas. These motherfuckers went black. They don't, you never
Bonz,
go
I'll take
black
this,
on
man.
me.
I'll take it.
Yeah, you never go black on me. Thanks, man. I miss you, bro. How you doing, man? Good, right? Looking good, right? No, you are good. The whole point is you ain't been talking to me, and neither has he. So I'm like, what's going on?
I'm always talking to you. You just don't listen because you're too damn loud. There's the pouty lip. Pouty lip. But listen, getting back to what we were talking about, I think that, you know, the music we were doing from back then, and the music even now, like the Gajurs and stuff like that, is what I listen to. As far as having a heavy outlet, there wasn't really heavy outlet. Pantera, Metallica was, you know, we were all raised on Metallicas, and that was your heaviest. You know, and I mean, of course, Morbid Angels and Slayers and stuff
What
like
about
that.
Guns N' Roses? Was that, were you guys listening to
Guns
that?
N' what?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Man, stop, man. These ain't Guns N' man.
No.
Okay.
I mean, look, they had their style. Listen, the first record was the first record. That was like a
Gotta
pop
cut that out, man.
heavy thing. though.
Fuck yeah.
It was like it's almost considered a radio pop heavy rock band, like what your Nickelback would have been, and
Yeah.
stuff like
I
that.
told him about that.
That's
morning.
crazy to compare that, you know?
I told him about when the record label told him he didn't like Pig Walk.
Oh, Big Walk.
At breakfast.
That's insane, dude.
Dude, we looked at this.
Bonz was saying they said it was too heavy or something. But
Me
they wanted it heavy,
me
right?
and him got up and left the table. We was like, we
Yeah.
had to get up and walk away. We was like, man, did they just say that to me at 10 o'clock in the morning?
You know what? Like still touring now. I still get, you know, you'll always have those Stuck Mojo fans that go back to that record. That was one record that meant a lot to a lot of people, and
It was a change in our lives.
doing it. You know, we got to work with Devin Townsend,
Devin Townsend.
and he's like a musical genius. That guy's just ridiculous.
10.
He's great, and everybody was just hitting on. It was that perfect storm of everybody really hungry to just prove something. And but from Rich to Bonz, and that was the first time my vocals got across on the board to say, this is what we're going to be. And I think, you know, for me, it was one of my favorite records. And, you know, it was just an interesting time. It was so aggro. I mean, we were mad at, I don't even know, we were mad about so many different things.
Yeah,
the industry, life, just the struggle. We were this underground thing, that, you know, all those things, all those elements. And yet, the happiest time in your life. You know what I mean? It's like almost you're happy because you are sad. That's all, I think, to this day, you know, the best music, I write the best stuff for me anyway, was when I am provoked emotionally, sad or angry. I can't just watch TV all day and say, oh, check this song out. You know?
And the experiences that we went through together, me and this dude right here, around the world, I cherish. I'm always cherish my stories recorded. I already know. We got the best stories.
My favorite story that I heard was the type of
Boy,
nigga.
we got the best stories to tell, man. It is always a good time, and we love one another. We take care of one another. Period. Ain't no if, and it's a fact. It's what you're supposed to do.
Well,
That's my dude. We hungry. One of us gonna go out and get that food.
Yeah, that's killer.
It was only about 40 of us playing
Dustin.
music. We all
I'm
just
telling them
switched around.
I'm telling about the Lowery sound. I want to see you and your brothers do.
Yes.
We did. I did. You know what? I did a record with Dustin called "God to Gravity," and Clint and I and Dustin, we are talking about that. So
Wow,
that's
I had to
good.
give it up, man. Listen, they don't like it when I brag on them and pat them on the back. They be like, "Would you
Humble.
shut up, man?"
that's why. That's why we got lead singers. So y'all do that stuff.
But the Lowrys are the most influential music writers on the scene today. I don't care what nobody say. Everybody is imitating these guys' sound. You can be as modest as you want to be. You and your
We're
brother
part- you know-
are the bomb.
Thank you. I appreciate
Okay,
it.
stop
Appreciate
it. Stop it. A lot of cats want to be y'all, and they've made success off of your sound. I'm gonna tell you something. Back in the day, they cut your head off and shit down your back, dude. These boys have came a long way. They accept it, they realize it, they watch the mistakes of others and their attitudes and their non-appreciation of what they're witnessing. Badass dudes allowed. These are my dogs.
I appreciate that, bro.
They
amazing.
And they have given me lesson after shut the hell up, Bonz, quit being that dude, stop. Because I talk way worse behind the doors, and they catch me before I step out.
But listen, look. So this to get to everybody, let me tell the story on here.
Go ahead.
Do it.
So I was in a group. Clint and I were in a group called Still Rain.
I'm like, okay, cool.
We were in a group called Still Rain. I'm gonna go back to the beginning. The Still Rain and Bevan, Donnie, Troy, all these, and we were
Awesome guys too, man.
unbelievable musicians, and that was one of the another great part of my band with Clint. Our first band going on tour together, doing 300 days for 6 years almost, 5 or 6, 7 years almost, and just a frustration. We never had management. We never had any label. But we would go in a club and gut it, bring our own PA, our own lights, and just that's how we can play our own music, and had a following like that. And
Nice following.
that's a lot, but there's a lot of pressure to pull that off. And I mean, we had props, we had all these drum fire explosions.
They had
and this,
great production. They
we
were
had-
doing it before everybody else was doing it.
we had the curtain and the drops and the whoosh and all that stuff that I would homemade all this stuff.
Oh,
And it was just, but the pressures of, well, why aren't you getting to that next level? Well, we didn't have anybody to take us, and those frustrations I think kind of led to, what else is out there, kind of thing. And Clint and I, we loved heavy music, a lot, and I would hear about this band called Stuck Mojo, and it was like, that's like, let me go check them out. And I heard it, and I was, I saw them live, and I'm like, dang, this is just, and it looked like, a new thing was happening. I could sense originality. I was like, wow, I love what they're doing, and good for them. And now, I wanted to implement a little bit more of that heavy, because Pantera was affecting all of us at that point.
Yeah, well,
All of us were like, we need to redesign. All of us went back to the drawing board.
Yes.
And so, and at that time, Stuck Mojo had reached out to me, and Morgan had reached out to Clint for Seven Dust.
I had mentioned
And
him,
at that
yeah.
time, but listen, here's what I almost got bamboozled. Listen to this. So here's what the deal is. So first I say, Rich calls me and says, hey man, we're interested in it. And I'm like, I'm not ready just yet, I mean, I love the band, don't get me wrong. So I wasn't 100% ready to step in. And then Clint says, hey man, I went and jammed with Morgan. I said, I'm not joining the band, but I jammed with him, and I'd really like to do that. And I'm like, and I can't even get to I can't find Bonz or Rich's number to call back and say, yes, I want it. You know, and so like I'm like, oh God. So like a month goes by or so, and like Clint's jamming with 7 of us, and I'm like,
Crawl space then.
at Crawl Space back then, yeah. And I'm like, so he says, man, come check, hear what we're doing out. And I go down to the rec room. They had some rehearsal rooms down there, and I'm sitting in this tiny 10 by 10 box with 5 guys, and it's me on this tiny little corner, and I'm like. And they're playing Bitch and Black and Terminator.
It's good, bro.
And
It's getting it.
They're like hungry. They're getting ready to do something special. And I could tell, I'm like, God, then it made me nervous. I was like, damn, this is it. Then I started thinking, I got to find something that's, because they've got what they're getting ready to do. I'm like, who can I get? Like, I'm sitting there listening to the songs going, I don't even know how I'm going to compete. I need a vocalist, and all of a sudden, boom, the door flies open, Bonz comes in, and the band stops, and I'm like, and I noticed the respect thing, and I was like, that's the band. And I'm like, finally I get to talk to them, because back then, we didn't have cell phones, and that's how old we are. And
You had pagers back.
yeah, and so I'm like, I can't wait. As soon as he says, hey to everybody, I'm like, you, out here, let's talk now. I'm like, so listen. Is that spot still open? He said, yeah. I'm like, then done. I said, I'm your dude. We're gonna go through war together. I couldn't wait. And
Then after everybody got finished talking, it was like, let me talk to you, Clint. I was like, yo, man. It was like talking to the Godfather, bro. I was like, what's up, Clint? No, Clint, Hey, man, I'm serious, man. You and my brother, man, y'all gonna be out. Look at you as our brother. First time I heard it from Clint, I heard it from him. Motherfucker, Clint was deadly serious, bro. Like, he scared me. And then he came later, it's like, you all right, Bonz? Clint's just kind of, this is our first time playing in bands. Like, he explained it to me.
we were angry young kids, is what it was.
But the whole tip is, you could tell I was kind of like,
Well, this is the first time my brother, this is my first, me and Clint.
And
we'd always be part of each other's music, and still are to this day.
I was telling them about,
But like,
it's
it's
y'all life. How y'all been through a lot together.
Yeah, and it's weird.
So this is a special bond that we have.
So to be, I'm protective of him, and he's protective of me, and like we just want to make, so you had that protective of music. We're honest with each other. I'm like, that song sucks, or he says this song sucks. I write stuff. He says, and the worst is what we do to each other is don't say anything. Like, I'll send him a song, and I'm staring at my phone for the response. Like, and it's always, it's cool. And I'm like, that means go back to the drawing board. We've gotten better with each other.
That means go back to the drawing board.
But every now and then, you'll send a song, and he's like, man, this is awesome. And then there's a list of stuff.
Right.
But if all we get, man, yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, then it's like, that song sucks. Throw it away.
Oh, me and this dude, same thing happened. I hit him up with a rhyme, put it on the phone. Oh, this shit from him.
It's heartbreaking.
Right, and then he'll call me later and be like, Bonz, man, I couldn't understand nothing you were saying. He'll give me something like, I couldn't hear. I just look at the phone like,
but listen,
he didn't like it.
Here's some things.
But I understand,
Here's some things that no one knows about you, and as far as the public, and outside of Stuck Mojo, we would play all the time. But Bonz and I would go into whatever city, and especially starting out here in Atlanta, we would go to these house parties, and it was like straight up Eminem style. Like, so many guys would go to him, challenge him rap wise. Sometimes it was for fun, but then you had the guys that were like, I'm gonna take them out tonight. Not one loss.
Really?
Undisputed, smoked everybody endlessly, and it was just the energy and like. But he would sit there, and it was, dude, if you could have had a camera on some of these times, I mean, it made when I saw the Eminem movie, I was like, that's weak as hell compared to what we did. And I love Eminem, and I love that whole story. I love that whole story. But I saw the real movie. It was like in 7D. I could smell everybody. Look, I mean, I did it, and I saw the group and the pressure. I mean, there'd be 5 guys surrounding him and going at him, and he'd just sit back and go, "All right, what you got?" And it was something that before anybody was doing this, like, and it was just. I don't know. I mean, I know.
Thank you.
We'd have heard about that stuff from you'd hear about that stuff in just myth, like New York and stuff like this. But this stuff's been happening in Atlanta so long, and I would be with him in the back, cracking up. I mean, I'm just looking at him going, I can't believe. And we just played a show at the Masquerade.
Yeah.
Really?
So they think I'm lame,
they're like,
who is this guy?
They don't even know. They don't even know that genre or what that was. We would just end up at a house party.
And it's not even it's not even our style of music. It's what's happening.
It's what was happening, rap style at that time.
Right. So if you got skills, you got skills. And,
I mean, but he would go down the list of all of them, and and the whole crowd, when he would start rapping, the whole crowd would start coming in migrating to where all right, now everybody's, I'm like, but that was something that nobody ever, and that was a nightly basis.
Well,
it was a nightly basis, and it was like,
come on with money,
really?
Food,
beer. That was the thing. So never, because
you gonna put something. You want to do this? What you got? What you got to lose tonight? You got some weed? You got some money? You got some? What, you got some drink? What? Your girl? Oh man, stop. I'm lying.
So So,
thank you, Corey. Appreciate it.
But no, it was an honor to see all that stuff. I mean,
it was a lot of fun,
and it made, look, it's a real. Bonz was real, and that was what separated him from a lot of people that are still trying to do that style today. It's and with that realness comes crazy, comes biggest heart in the world. I know he has that. You know what I mean? And that made me, and that goes a long way. And the better you are, and this is a terrible thing to say, but the better you are in music, the more you get away with, you know what I mean? Like that's what other stuff. Yeah. And you gotta have the more talent you got. I mean, you can act a little crazier. And, John Bonham was destroying hotel rooms, not because he was a bad drummer. Because he was a really great drummer, and we'll just pay for it, and everybody will forgive him because he's the drummer of Led Zeppelin. And they would, they would disrespect the bands back then. That's why they destroyed hotel rooms. That's why they destroyed them.
Really?
Because they weren't in suits and staying in these presidential suites.
So then they get mad and trash the room.
They're like, you know what? You treat me like I'm not a millionaire, and watch this. And that's why they would destroy rooms.
Oh,
they didn't destroy rooms
just
because they didn't. That's Motley Crue.
That's Motley Crue.
Oh yeah.
And we never talked about Rising, man.
Dude, let me tell you about this, boy. That motherfucking record. When I was writing this, we were going through a real time in the band. It was a lot of tension. It's a lot of pressure. You just told us you didn't like Pig Walk. We like, what? Man, we cut everybody's head off. Because they wanted us in that arena. We wanted to be in that. So we had to compete with those bands.
Yeah.
We got mad
let's put you on tour with Morbid Angel and Testament and
Life
all these heavy
Typo.
All these stupid heavy bands.
Machine Head. Dude.
These heavy
That's
bands.
what they do. We like,
And we loved it.
Yeah.
They were the label kind of, and listen, at that point, I think melodically it opened up a lot of things. It's not.
It put us out.
It was
with
a
those
different
bands.
record. It wasn't. This was or that.
More of a bluesier kind of heavy.
I mean, there's some heavier songs on the Rising record than on Pig Walk. But there were lighter songs. There were lighter songs, but there were because there were lighter songs. You know what I mean? It was like, and we got that's where for me it kind of came full circle because I had my old singer Donnie Hamby, who was singing "Still Rain." Like that's what I mean. You had a lot of spirits. We had 30 Atlanta people singing.
Come and sing on Southern Pride.
Yeah.
I mean, we did.
Tight, man.
This is what's missing, in my opinion. The camaraderie in our music community. It's damn near gone. People they're too busy for one another now. it's not just because they don't want to deal with people. It's just what life is presented for folks. So now, the industry is doing this, that, and the third. There's a lane that my market hasn't done called collaborations that everybody else is doing and making mad money off of. So that's one thing that now that I can control my own destiny because I have an independent financial backer now in my life called with a major blessing. So now there's a push that I've been talking about, we've been talking about forever. So now y'all about to see some changes. A couple of little cool things and ideas that we've put out in the past that now we can do.
It was organized. Like, you know what, like back then,
talk bullshit walk.
Back then, there was a lot more organizing. And look, it takes a team. There's no one person that does it.
See?
I mean, it's always been. And when the band's busy, managers, that's where you got to give it to your managers to help do some of this stuff. And managers talking to other managers, bandmates getting along with the other bands.
Yep.
And bringing all that together takes a lot of just coming together, conversation, of planning. Now the show, when you go there, it's anarchy. It's like, and it's all that stuff. That's what everybody always sees in it back then, and that's what made it cool. I mean, what was that tour? It was Stuck Mojo, Clutch, Seven Dust, and Ultra Spain.
Ultra Spain.
Remember Ultra Spain?
Oh, yeah.
Low
Pro too, man.
That White Noise, his new record with Will on it, dude, that's sick.
Ah, good to hear.
Jeez. Anyway, but back then,
You spoke to Will lately?
yeah, I always speak to everybody.
When you talk to him, I say, hey, I've lost contact with him here last
Oh,
couple
there you
months.
love you to death.
I know
We
you.
talk about you all the
I
time
know you.
anyway.
Oh, that's good.
But those four bands, like that was when tours, you put a tour together and it was an actual event. I mean, it was, so what do we call that tour? The Southern Chicken... Southern Fried Chicken Fight.
Yeah.
Southern Fried Chicken Fight.
Or was it
Coop or something.
So it was
Southern Fried
retarded.
Chicken something.
Yeah, it was retarded, but it was cool though because we're all friends.
But yeah, and it was, and you had that thing going on, and like, so now like, and it still happens. Not that this does not still happen, but it should just be more of it. I guess because right now the country market, I watched the CMAs to see what that is, and they're very united.
You did, man?
Yeah, they're very united.
They are. I watched it too. It's a learning experience.
Everybody was thanking everybody.
Yep.
And rather than,
it's always been like that. It's great.
And I mean, the rap community does it, the country community does it, and somewhere down the line, we had a lot of bad things happen to us in rock as far as our rock radio. We lost so many rock stations, but that's changing. Guys like Randy Hawk in Wisconsin.
Listen,
there's none better than that holds that flag for all of us in rock than Randy. He can't even accept any more awards. He's just like, I'm done with the awards. He just does him. So
I call him one day and I go, Corey, and I ain't talked to him about a minute because I knew he was on tour. Just he happened to pick up the phone. What's up, bro? I know you've been calling me. Da da da. I'm on tour. Da da. I said, you in the room? He said, yeah, everybody's going now. I said, put me on speakerphone. So let me tell y'all something. I hear y'all 5 times a day. That's the reaction. I know that's the reaction I caught in the room. Because when you're out doing it, you're not really.
Well, you don't know. You're going to your next gig.
Yeah, you're just going to your next gig. I had just listened to 5 different songs from them.
That's crazy.
And
it was cool because I know them. I was listening to 7. I'm listening to all my homeboys. It wasn't happening here, bro. It don't happen here. Why? When our sound has influenced the whole music industry.
Yeah.
But we don't get no props.
Well, think about Golden Gods. That's not even aired, really. That's
it's like this year, like when who was it? Megadeth got a Grammy this year.
Right.
What?
And but it wasn't on the main screen with
Yeah,
with your
yeah.
Beyonces and
Right.
all that. I'm like,
Or like Metallica, and then they announced Lady Gaga or something.
yeah, and then his microphone it worked.
Didn't
I
even
was
work.
like,
yeah.
Oh,
what?
yeah, that was messed up, bro.
But listen, that's not,
Yeah.
I know that's not her fault. It was just, it's one of those things that we'll call it. But the reality is, like, we just finished a tour. Our last tour was with the Disturbed. The last music is a weapon with.
How they doing?
They're great, doing great.
David
David Dream, I just found out this. He's what is the Paul Simon song? Silence.
Sound of
Sound of Silence.
Yeah.
He's getting ready to perform that with.
Oh, that's tight.
With
Paul Simon's with
Paul.
Disturbed.
No.
Oh,
David
Paul-
was
Dave-
involved in it. He was invited to.
With-
Overall.
Oh, snap!
On Facebook, I'm like, what? So, and his face is so
Like,
like, he's like a child, like,
wow,
I mean, but
dude,
the
that's awesome.
And well, watching him perform that anyway,
Oh, you went and saw it?
No, we toured for
Oh,
6
okay,
weeks.
okay,
It was Breaking Benjamin, Disturbed, Saint Asonia, and now I'm gonna lose my
You
mind.
say Breaking Benjamin?
Yeah,
Your junior band?
huh?
Your junior band. I call you junior.
Whatever. Whatever.
I rip them boys up all the time, man. I know them.
Alter Bridge.
Oh, they doing
But
it.
they're doing great. But
Make sure you
listen,
tell them I said, hey.
so that was that same vibe we had on that Southern Chicken Fight.
yeah.
That was that same thing, and
It's a good time, man.
it's finding a band like Disturbed. They carry that torch for,
Oh,
and that's another thing that they don't get recognized. They get recognized for the records sold and stuff like that, but David is consistently trying, to pull bands together and organize organizations like that together. He's a big part of that right now, and
It's killer.
and it's just, I mean, it affects our record sales. It affects our,
Everything.
and check this out. That whole tour sold out.
Wow.
So when you're like, I wonder, is people going to be there for the opening band? I'm like, and not only there, but like, this is ridiculous. Like
every night, the
yeah,
opening band, from open to close.
they would wait. I mean, and they have the right. They have the right to do anything they want. But just because you have power, like they would push their set back. If there wasn't enough people, hold on. I think another 10,000 people will show up. If we wait for 20 minutes or so, and so, and I'm like, you just don't hear stuff like that. So bands like Disturbed, and there are a lot of bands out there that are like that. But like I said, and it needs to trickle down. Now, what you got to realize is this is something that you're being taught. You said that earlier. Local bands. If you're a big local band, and you have that influence, don't dish your people underneath you. Bring it up together because this is a whole community.
Yeah.
And that's the stuff that needs to, I think Bonz is referring to, and what we need to do more.
I absolutely agree with that.
I wasn't doing anything. I was contemplating about coming back, and I went to Lakewood with Disturbed, Godsmack, all those cats, Machine Head, everybody, and everybody came to me, and I didn't realize the 6 degrees of separation that we have with all of those bands. Our crew members work for all of those bands. And the love I was getting and the respect I was getting nixed all that hate that I had for the industry. Of being taken advantage of, being stolen from, being lied to the point where it was like you did all of that for naught. And the last 2 people that came and talked to me was Disturbed guys. And I was standing on the back dock and he flanked me. He was like, dude, what's up? When you coming back? You waiting on me? I kind of looked at him like, and then they both gave me stories. Guitar players gave me stories of what I did for them.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't, you gotta understand,
Yeah.
I'm a black man on the metal scene, on the market, and I kind of didn't realize
wait.
it. Yeah, I know.
You're black?
Everybody forgets I'm black sometimes.
Black. All right.
But to
Just
hear,
clarify this.
but to hear from the now, saying to me, dude, we miss you.
That's
You
huge.
did this for me and you didn't even know it. But if you hadn't said these words to me and treated me a certain way, I wouldn't be doing this today. Man, that's why I'm sick. That's why I decided to, make an effort to do this again. And the effort had to be for real because the first person that challenged me was this guy. Hey man, are you for real about this? Before you come back and do this, you better think real hard. Because you got a lot of folks out there with their arms crossed and their mouth bent up. I said, I understand. So we got you. We love you. But don't be real when you come out. Be for real. Okay? Don't play.
Be Bonz. Be Bonz.
And they want, and see, remember I was telling you about people that want me to claim? This guy right here, the Jays, all these cats, they're like, dude, you gotta claim it now. You just can't be him and hauling around.
And claiming it's just, here's the deal, you get in the woodshed and you write your music and you express yourself the best and most sincere way you know how to do. And if you are sincere, it will resonate. It will resonate, and he's resonated before, and when you have that, he's got the talent, the God-given talent to do it. So it's all that hate stuff. If you really are working hard, there's no time for that. That's all that is a devil trying to slow you down. You know what I mean? I got enough anger, to deal with. Let me put it in this way, rather than how we used to put it in. Right. And that's, so there's a, first you got to forgive yourself, and then you got to forgive, the people that you think hurt you. Maybe they hurt you for a certain reason. You don't know what they're dealing with. With all these new things with bipolar and OCDs and all these things, you don't know what. All you know is your own mind. Right. And so to throw judgment and what people are feeling and doing, like that. Listen, don't get me wrong. If someone comes up and, and for no reason, I rarely see that. In my years of being in music, it's been so rare to have a musician in the scene just walk up and be a complete asshole to somebody. Yeah. And if they do, usually they're not around that long. Because I don't, we make fun of them, and there's too many of us out there that are just like,
it's gonna be like,
what?
Yeah.
Hey, home,
yeah. Oh, we'll catch you real quick.
And everybody calls each other out. I mean, none of us are perfect, and that's what we're a rebellion rock. We were a rebellion art form. So that's what we're supposed to have. There's supposed to be a sense of. We're that door to say, hey, walk through here, clear your head of any of the anger, stress, aggravations, those type of things. Therapy. It's like it's always been a therapy, and and I'll go from that. Awesome. I'll go from that to to completely classical music to it's whatever mood I need, but I need it. You know what I mean? I mean, I was driving out in the car the other day. I heard "Hello." I was like, and I've heard that song a bunch of times. Is this Adele?
Richie or?
No, y'all old people. I don't know if y'all know. There's a lady named Adele. She's awesome.
Adele, yeah.
She's huge.
Y'all old people.
What's wrong with y'all?
Oh my God, man!
But I was driving out 75, man, and then I'm like flipping through the radio, and it came on, and man, I'm like into this. I'm doing like 900 miles an hour, just believing in this hello thing. I was like, man, she's talking to me. And I'm like, God almighty, that's harsh. Just shooting some harsh lyrics out.
Oh, man.
Hello, Lionel Richie. What just happened?
That's what I think of, man. You can't steal hello.
Edit.
We took you a left turn right quick.
It went from, at that point you should make the whole film go black and white. Slow motion, black and white. Words at the bottom, no sound.
That was a good one, Scott.
Did he just say hello?
We went 1980s on y'all at that
It
one.
was good too.
Yeah.
Dude, this has been a wonderful day, man. I'm gonna tell y'all right now.
Yeah, this is your celebration, by the way, man.
nah,
listen,
dude.
listen, it's a celebration. Look, this is a celebration that you're still alive. You're healthy. You're eating pork and beans. I'll be walking that way in a little bit, probably.
Yes, sir. It's good, man.
But now you're alive. You're doing well. And
I'm married, ladies and gentlemen.
married. Yeah,
I have
awesome,
a ring on my finger.
I got mine burnt in.
Yeah.
I can't wear it.
Why?
'Cause it drives me crazy.
Oh, I
Listen,
get- I get the same
y'all
problem,
both
man.
get that done?
Same problem.
yeah,
Oh,
well,
she's scared still.
No, she has
has
hers.
one, right?
She
Yeah,
wears
yeah.
hers, but like
She ain't got a tattoo?
in my ring, we have Ring of Fire. It's, inside the ring, it says Ring of Fire, and so I was like, because it was making too many clickety clacks when I'm in the studio.
You
and
get stuck because you got the big
And
ass
then it was
up.
taking it off, taking it on. I'm like, well, I play guitar, bass, piano, all this every day, all the day. So it was taking it off, putting it on, taking it off. Putting it on. I was like,
And if you lose it, that's your ass.
yeah. And so I was like, you know what? I said, can I tattoo this and Ring of Fire? You know, so our tribute to Johnny Cash. You know, and she said, yeah. So she went and she said, I wanted to go out there and boy, getting your finger tattooed right there hurts.
Does
I
it?
do, boy.
Dude, I couldn't control it. I was doing like the
Hey,
happy
was
movement.
spazzing out.
Yeah, I'm like trying to hold it down. Like, what's happening?
Man, it's thank you so much,
Man, I
Corey.
appreciate you coming,
Yeah,
man. This is
absolutely.
awesome, man. And
Absolutely.
thank you, Bones, for being here, brother.
Corey
Means
Lowery,
so much.
ladies and gentlemen, my
Nah,
brother.
but
This is my fam, for real though.
I gave him a nickname a long time ago called Francis Smoothcake.
Oh, man.
Just say that. Oh,
Camera, I said that.
wow.
Yo, if he's in your area and you say Francis Smoothcake, he will do this. He'll be, huh? What?
That's my pimp name.
Everybody needs to come in.
That's my pimp name, Francis Smoothcake. That's the same, man. Thank you.
Hey, congrats. Welcome back to this.
I love you, man. Thank you. That's a good one, Mr. Bowling.
Oh, man, that was good, man.
This is my partner for life. This is my dog, man.